The sun rises slowly over Manila Bay, casting a soft golden light across the water. Jeepneys begin to fill the roads, vendors arrange their goods, and the city wakes up to another ordinary day. Yet beyond the calm rhythm of daily life, far out at sea, decisions made in quiet meeting rooms and distant capitals continue to shape the future of the Philippines. For decades, the Philippines has lived with a simple reality. It is a nation surrounded by water, rich in resources, history, and culture, but limited in its ability to protect its skies. The Philippine Air Force, once one of the strongest in Southeast Asia, gradually lost its edge after the retirement of its last supersonic fighter jets in the early 2000s. Since then, the country has relied largely on goodwill, diplomacy, and partnerships rather than raw air power. Many Filipinos grew up knowing that their country did not have fighter jets capable of defending its airspace. For years, this absence was more than just a military issue. It became a symbol of budget constraints, shifting priorities, and a nation still finding its place in a changing world. But history has a way of circling back. Across the sea, in Japan, there exists a fighter aircraft known as the F-2, often called the Viper Zero. Developed jointly by Japan and the United States, the F-2 is based on the F-16 but heavily modified to suit Japan's unique defense needs. It carries advanced radar, strong maritime strike capabilities, and a design optimized for island defense. It was built for a nation that understands what it means to be surrounded by water and to depend on air power for survival. For years, Japan's F-2 fleet quietly guarded its skies. But as technology evolves and newer aircraft enter service, questions arise about what to do with older but still capable platforms. And in these questions, an opportunity appears. The idea of Japan offering F-2 fighters to the Philippines did not come out of nowhere. It is rooted in shared experiences, shared concerns, and a shared understanding of the region's fragile balance. The Philippines and Japan, once bound by a painful chapter of history, have in recent decades built a relationship grounded in trust, cooperation, and mutual respect. This potential offer is not just about aircraft, it is about trust. Japan does not lightly transfer military equipment, especially advanced platforms. Any such move signals confidence in the Philippines as a responsible partner and a key player in regional stability. For the Philippines, the implications are profound. Imagine, for a moment, a Philippine Air Force pilot walking toward a modern fighter jet bearing the Philippine flag. Imagine the roar of engines breaking the sound barrier once again over Philippine skies. For older generations, it would stir memories of the days when the country flew supersonic fighters. For younger Filipinos, it would represent something new: confidence. The F-2's strengths align closely with the Philippines' needs. As an archipelagic nation, maritime defense is critical. The ability to monitor, deter, and respond to threats over vast stretches of ocean is not a luxury. It is a necessity. The F-2 was designed precisely for this kind of mission. Its advanced radar can track multiple targets over the sea. Its weapons systems are suited for both air defense and anti-ship operations. Yet, the story is not that simple. Operating fighter jets is expensive. Training pilots, maintaining aircraft, upgrading infrastructure, and sustaining long-term operations require commitment and resources. For the Philippines, this raises difficult but important questions. Is the nation ready to take this step? Can it balance development needs with defense requirements? These questions are not abstract. They affect ordinary Filipinos. Every peso spent on defense is weighed against schools, hospitals, roads, and livelihoods. And yet, security underpins everything. Without the ability to protect its territory, a nation's development stands on fragile ground. There is also the regional dimension. Southeast Asia is changing. Military modernization is accelerating. Tensions in the West Philippine Sea continue to test diplomacy and resolve. In this environment, possessing credible air defense is not about aggression. It is about deterrence. It is about being taken seriously. Japan understands this reality well. Its own post-war history has been shaped by a careful balance between pacifism and self-defense. Any move to support the Philippines would likely come with training, cooperation, and long-term partnership, not just a transfer of hardware. For Filipino pilots, the transition would be challenging but transformative. Learning to operate a sophisticated aircraft like the F-2 would elevate skills, confidence, and professionalism. It would also inspire a new generation to look up at the sky and see possibilities. For ordinary citizens, the impact might be quieter, but no less meaningful. Knowing that the country can watch over its own skies brings a sense of dignity. It reinforces the idea that sovereignty is not just a word in textbooks, but something actively protected. Still, this is not a story of instant change. Negotiations take time. Policies must align. Logistics must be solved. And public trust must be earned. Any such deal would need transparency, clear purpose, and long-term planning. What makes this moment different is the context. The Philippines today is more aware of its strategic position than ever before. It is engaging more actively with partners, investing gradually in defense, and redefining what it means to stand on its own while working with allies. Japan's Viper Zero offer, whether it fully materializes or not, represents a shift. It signals that the Philippines is no longer seen merely as a passive observer, but as an active participant in shaping regional security. As the day ends and the lights of the city reflect on the water, the question remains open. Will the Philippines finally reclaim a supersonic presence in its skies? Will Filipino pilots once again fly jets capable of defending the nation's vast maritime borders? The answer is still unfolding. But one thing is certain: this is not just about fighter jets. It is about identity, responsibility, and the quiet determination of a nation that understands its past, faces its present, and is cautiously preparing for its future. And somewhere above the clouds, the possibility remains, waiting for the moment when the sound of modern fighters once again becomes part of the Philippine sky.